Andrew. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Hi, Hannah. Glad to be here.
Great. How are you?
It's a great morning in Upper Michigan.
Brilliant. Yeah, the sun is shining here as well. It's a pretty good day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
summer is here.
Yeah. So I just, to start off with, could you just introduce yourself for, himself and the audience and explain what you're doing at the moment?
Well, my name's Andrew Halonen. I'm a president of Mayflower Consulting, and really what we are is a matchmaking firm. So I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. I work in company and Ford Motor Company as an internship, went to 3M full-time, did machine design, transferred to Detroit area because I wanted to get closer to the customer. And there I really discovered what I really want to do, which is not so much engineering, but really technology matchmaking. And I joined a small startup firm back at home in Upper Michigan and really tailored my career there towards business development. And 10 years ago, the number still surprises me, 10 years ago, I started Mayflower Consulting to really be this matchmaker between technology companies. So that's where I am today.
Brilliant. Okay. So what influenced you to get involved with additive manufacturing and lightweighting?
Well, somewhere along the lines, I discovered that really lightweight materials is just so interesting to me. And because you really need to bring a business case. And so how do you make a part lighter? How do you compete with the incumbent? There's always an incumbent. So how do you compete? How do you bring a new value, new efficiency, new cost reductions, safety, whatever it is that you bring to the table? How do you do all that within a current product? And for additive, it's really, in some ways, it's a tool with no bounds, because the tools like generative design, Optima, OptiStruct, all these tools have been out for a while, but I usually work in castings. And so when we go from a design that the CAE tools can design to castings, we need draft, we need wall thickness to flow metal through the distances. And so a lot of times you end up adding more mass to the part to make it feasible in mass production. So with additive, in theory anyway, you could design this really funky shape and produce it. So I call it the ultimate lightweighting tool. And so really it comes down to, can you do it reliably in the UK, in Michigan, in China, and France? And so that's where the work is really going to take place in the future.
Brilliant. Okay. So what would you say are the key benefits of additive manufacturing, and lightweighting, specifically with the automotive and aerospace sectors?
Well, the aerospace sector is the number one market in terms of what they will pay for weight reduction. So they'll go across the earth to find the lightest weight component. So I have a component here. This is actually a casting for a helicopter. This is sort of an intake manifold. You can see there's a lot going on here. There's tubes, and this was actually a conversion from a welded structure to a casting. So you can see where we added some features because we could cast them. But what if you could do this in additive? I bet a lot of this mass near the bottom would go away because we wouldn't need that metal flow type requirement for a casting. So the aerospace market will pay a lot of money for weight reduction, and then you could really add in the functionality and the features. In automotive, I have a part here. It's a very traditional, it's large. This is a forged aluminum control arm for a car. And so how do you compete with this? You would take a lot of this mass in the center out that you wouldn't need. You wouldn't need it for structural reasons. And then it comes down to, the business case. Can you do that and save weight for that application?
Okay, really interesting, brilliant. What would you say the key challenges are for OEMs and the end user markets, and what are they currently facing with regards to those challenges?
Again, it goes back to what I say about the business case. So as I studied control arms, knuckles, brake calipers, I saw a huge variety of materials used and how these materials. So for example, control arms, I just showed you a forging. There's also cast aluminum, cast ductile iron. There's stamped steel, there's welded steel. So you have to come back to the business case. And so if you're the OEM, it's not only the control arm they're concerned about. They have to build the whole car. They have to make it profitably. They have to make it attractive for the consumer. There's new technology like electrification, like autonomous coming in. And those all cost a lot of money. They may not add a lot of weight, but they certainly cost a lot of money. So how do you build that vehicle that's going to be attractive to the next buyer and still manage economics? So I think the challenge to not only design something, it has to be a really unique design. It can't be a design that can be cast, because the casting business is way more economically viable. It can't be something that can be injection molded, because they have the economics figured out. You have to really design using the additive tools. So for example, really features that help, say, airflow within the component that just are not practical to make in any other way. That's really to design the strengths of additive and really going to drive the business case.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, now you have told me a little bit about, Lightweighting Expo and how that's coming up in October. So I just wanted to, pick your brains a little bit and find out more information about that and what we can expect from it.
Yeah, the Lightweighting World Expo, here's a magazine just so you can recognize the brand and the logo. The Lightweighting World Expo is a total vehicle show. So it's how do you reduce weight in glass? How do you reduce weight in the body structure? So the body structure of the vehicle is about 30% of the vehicle weight. Powertrain, we're going to address powertrain both from the IC engine and the electric vehicle side. Chassis, welding and joining. You have all these different materials, right? You have carbon fiber, magnesium, polymers, steel, aluminum. How do you join all those and manage the 15-year corrosion life? So joining and fastening and barriers and all that is a big enabler. And certainly additive is another enabler, again, going back to what I believe is the ultimate lightweighting tool. So what is the case for additive in a vehicle? That case will best be told by our speakers. So on one hand, we have keynote speakers from Ford and FCA. In additive specifically, we have Dr. Joy Forsmark is the metal lead for Ford. And so she'll talk about the opportunities and challenges. It'd be very important to listen to her and understand from her perspective, the automotive. So this is not aerospace, this is not medical, it's purely automotive. What are her needs and manage risk carefully, right? They also have carbon. So carbon is already qualified at Ford. So here you have a polymer materials qualified. What can you learn from carbon? To what it takes to get qualified is a huge barrier, of course, to entry. HP is very serious about this market. They'll speak as well on lattice structures. So again, going back to castings and forgings, you can't do that with lattice. You can't do lattice with castings, but you can really do it exceptionally well with additive. So take advantage of that. And then SPE3D is in metal printing. So they're going to speak on automotive, say, engine intake manifold, cylinder head type applications where you can really take the weight out, really drive cooling, and some of the technologies you need there that usually are done externally can be done internally with additive. So I think we're bringing in the speakers that really know and are living additive in the automotive market, and you'll want to come and hear from them.
Yeah, brilliant. And where is that being held again?
The Lightweighting World Expo will take place on October 8th and 9th in Novi, Michigan at the Suburban Collection Showplace.
Brilliant. And who can go to that show? How do you get involved?
You can register online or you can contact myself. There's opportunities to both exhibit, to sponsor, and to attend.
Brilliant. Okay. Now that sounds like a really good expo. It's a shame I won't be able to attend myself being here in the UK. But I hope you'll be able to attend sometime in the future if you do another one. But yeah, we'll definitely, mention more information in our post, and I'll put some links in as well so people can find it really easily. But is there anything else that you kind of wanted to add to this at all?
Well, what I like about the show is this total vehicle. So if you're bringing a technology, you can see how because the OEM has to have the total vehicle perspective, so you can see how your technology competes against, let's say, 5 kilograms of weight savings on a closure, 5 kilograms on an engine, 5 kilograms on a brake caliper. So you have to understand that because they have the whole vehicle to deal with, not just yours. And also we have a nice international audience. We have a speaker from the UK, Impression Technologies. Yeah. We have Dynexa carbon fiber drive shafts from Germany. And we have AC Floby coming from Sweden on a very innovative aluminum composite brake rotor.
Brilliant. That sounds like a really good show. Sounds like it's going to be great. So
it will be fun.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time, Andrew. It's been great catching up with you and learning a lot more about what you do. And obviously with regards to lightweighting, the World Expo sounds great. Wish you the best of luck with it. I'm sure it's going to be brilliant. But yeah, we'll have to do another one and, catch up after the show and see how it went for you.
Thank you, Hannah. I greatly appreciate this opportunity.
That's no problem. Take care, Andrew.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.